ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to talk about what I genuinely think is the first and the realest DNA drama that has come to the game since launch. I'm looking past all of like the very early Doom posting that a lot of individuals had based off of, you know, some issues that were fixed relatively fast in the development, things like the performance, so on and so forth. And obviously, right, skipping over a lot of the latent Doom posting from people that are just like, oh my gosh, the movement in this game isn't exactly like Warframe, so I think it's trash. It's actually pretty good. If you play the game for longer than 20 minutes, you'll probably end up seeing that. Anyways, the real drama that we're going to be talking about today is one that has been a little bit under the wraps. It's something that a lot of people have been asking me to cover recently, but I wanted to actually wait until there was an official statement from DNA themselves regarding the matter. And that is going to be the unjustified bans that seem to be occurring. And you can see from this image over here, this is a pretty long fucking ban. Some might say, oh, it's only until the 29th. The ban is already over. But they're skipping over the part that says until 2035. So yeah, people have been getting banned for about 10 years. That's basically the same as a perma when it comes to a game like this. And so why don't we go ahead and read a bit of a breakdown of what seems to be occurring for these individuals and, you know, the insistence of innocence that seems to be occurring to all the individuals this has happened to. All right. 27 hours later, and they haven't even mentioned that they're aware of the unjustified bans. They either don't care or don't know about it. I'd like to think it's the latter, so we need to make it known. I've seen very little talks about it outside of Reddit from players, 2 Twitter comments and 1 YouTube video, so it wouldn't surprise me that they're unaware. I've sent an email to customer support immediately when it happened, because this is the person that got banned, and the automated in-game customer support is useless. I suggest everyone with the same problem send them an email, comment on their posts for respectfully, etc. For others that sent them an email, did you get a response? I don't have a problem waiting for a fix under the condition that my purchase monthly passes daily wasted currency is compensated, but the silence to such a major problem for a long time is disrespectful. All right, so clearly we're seeing over here that this person is very upset at the fact that their account got banned for 10 years. Let's go ahead and read some of the edits going on. A possible discovery that the issue may occur due to lag in multiplayer, even with friends, specifically one which causes you to do a lot more damage. I didn't think about it before because I didn't know I don't know what that character is either, and I thought it might include every enemy hit in an AoE attack. But this is just the one that makes the most sense, as I once hit 100k damage in a hit before I believe I was supposed to. And so you can see over here, people are bringing out all of like the traditional excuses for reasons for why they got banned. It wasn't actually me hacking. It wasn't actually me doing the bad things. It was somebody in co-op that was making me do more damage. And, well, doesn't that always sound like something that typically occurs whenever there's a actual hacking issue? You say that it was your friends in co-op that were the ones hacking and you were actually the innocent party. Yeah, that excuse has been something that's been said pretty much since the dawn of like cheating engines, aimbots, scripts, all of that sort of stuff. So yeah, seems pretty in line. We also have evidence in the subreddit, the official DNA subreddit where this is from, of other individuals who might have had a bit of a situation occur as well. Talking about, you know, all the time that they spent playing. They're talking about how they were getting suspended for rule violations. But then we begin to see something a little bit more interesting. Some player profiles are showing some data that is literally impossible to actually achieve. Yeah, this is an account with a 1,500 hour playtime when the game hasn't even been physically live for that long yet. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is a 1,500 hour playtime that is longer. The game's only been out for 4 days. This is literally not physically possible. And so naturally, right, the statement on this is, Lamau, bro is getting banned. And ladies and gentlemen, it appears that DNA, Hero Games, Pan Studios, they've come out with a bit of an official statement regarding the matter. And, well, it's not looking particularly good. DNA issues a penalty statement. Let's read this one out. Dear Fox Hunter, thank you for your continued support and passion for Duet Night Abyss, and this is why I decided to wait until there was an official statement from the company. Thank you for your continued support and passion for Duet Night Abyss. The operations team is consistently dedicated to maintaining a healthy in-game environment. We strictly prohibit the use of unauthorized third-party programs, exploits, or any other means that undermine fair play. Any such violations will be met with the strictest penalties upon discovery. Through routine data monitoring, we have identified a number of fox hunters, players, who have used unauthorized third-party tools to cheat, severely damaging the integrity and fairness of the game environment. Accounts found in violation have been suspended. And this is the part over here that I think is like the most badass of all about this announcement. The list of penalized accounts is provided below. And so I do believe this is like an in-game announcement that they like put into the client. I think so. Is it this one? I want to see if I can find it, because that is actually insane. Oh, okay, over here, penalty notice. Yeah. And then they just listed out all of the banned people. It's like there's so many, it's like lagging on my end. But essentially, they've just made a public name and shame. Yeah, Hall of Shame for all of the individuals who have got caught in this unjustified ban wave. So, yeah, that's a lot of accounts, as you can see. And yes, there's like some minor censoring that's going to be done, so we can't, you know, obviously pinpoint the exact users who are going to be, you know, banned for 10 fucking years. But yeah, you can see over here, the list is pretty damn comprehensive. And I'm not gonna lie, it kind of does put into a different light a lot of the complaint posts that we've been seeing over the past couple of days. I've been asked numerous times in my YouTube chat and my Twitch chat, oh, Saint, I got unjustifiably banned. These are some of the worst devs ever. Why are they doing this? It must have been somebody that was cheating in co-op. It must have been somebody. Look, here's all these possible discoveries for why it isn't actually my fault. But the reality is, ladies and gentlemen, this is probably what occurred. These are the same individuals that went ahead, loaded up some type of macro, probably put on some type of bot, because that is something that would really help streamline a lot of the grind time in this game. Let's be entirely real. This is one of the most grindy games that has released in the past, like, 3, 4, 5 years when it comes to like a live service game. And the best way that you can progress, right, is to go ahead and go into here, do these things called covert commissions over and over and over and over, so that you can unlock all of the characters in the game. That is one of the things that you do when you want to progress as fast as possible, clear all of the content possible. You can spend literally 10s, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, hundreds of hours just going in and grinding all of the different weapons, all of the different characters that are available in things, you know, like the secret letters and the different shops that we have over here. And then you have the ability for these secret letter clues to actually farm them infinitely, because the drop rates on them are decently high. And so when you run out of secret letter clues from getting all the copies of the weapons and then actually forging them, you can then grind even more for these individual clues to just keep on building more and more weapons. And that's the thing, right? It could be a daunting task for a lot of individuals. It could be something that for a lot of individuals, they might not necessarily have too much time for in their day-to-day. And so that's why you can do things, right? If you're somebody that doesn't have that much time, that's why you're able to do things like just straight up buy weapons from the store, or just straight up buy characters from the store as well. That's one of their ways of monetization. And so, naturally, right, using a third-party program to play the game for you and get all the grinding done for you while you go ahead and, I don't know, cheat in other games, that's probably something that the devs aren't very happy with. And the best part about this entire ordeal and how they've dealt with the cheating issue is literally the fact that they went ahead and they posted all of the UIDs publicly. Because you know what this means. Now, whenever there's somebody bitching and moaning about the fact that they got banned, all you gotta do is ask them for their UID. Yeah, post your UID. And then we just gotta see if it lines up with any of the names listed over here. And chances are, people aren't going to be sharing their UIDs, or they're going to be sharing a doctored version of it, because they know that if they actually share the real one, they're going to be translocated in the Hall of fucking Shame. And I'm not gonna lie, this is really, really, really funny. And I think this is a great way of handling the situation. They also follow up with this message. A positive game environment requires a joint effort of all fox hunters. We encourage everyone to help uphold our community standards, and if you encounter any prohibited behavior, like in co-op, right? If something like this were to occur, and then you see somebody in co-op dealing an exceptional amount of damage or whatever, then they're asking you to just report them as well. Because, well, I mean, that's the thing. it's not very fun in a game like this if somebody is going ahead, hacking, and then instantly deleting everything on the map for you. And this is also the thing. I've actually been on the receiving end of this. I genuinely feel like I have had some hackers in my game where my client just starts like lagging, and then I just get like random damage pop-ups that appear at like an interval, and then everything's just getting blown up without me doing anything, right? That situation has occurred. I don't know who's hacking. There's somebody in my lobby that's probably doing it, but as you can see over here, I'm not somebody that's getting banned because I didn't actually use any of the macros or the third-party tools or whatever that's causing this situation to occur in the first place. So yeah, I think this is really just like a final note to really think hard and heavy whenever you see a post like this of somebody saying that they got unjustifiably suspended and, oh, my account, it's wrongfully been deleted by the developers. They're lying. They're lying 99% of the time. And while there might be some individuals that have slipped through the cracks, I'm pretty sure that those individuals have sent in the appropriate reports to customer service. They're getting it figured out, while everyone else that, well, let's just be honest, is fucking hacking, well, you already know how their situation is ending up. They're getting a nice, fat, juicy 10-year ban. And so, yeah, hopefully our coverage of this scenario over here hasn't done anybody too many disfavors, because there's a reason why, like I said before, I wanted to wait until there was an official statement from the developers, because this is something that occurs upon the release of every single game. People want to get off on like the fastest start possible, build up the highest trial rank possible, get all the progression possible that they can possibly think of, and they'll cheat to do all of that. And this is a game, like I said before, where the value of your account, the value of your playtime is entirely based off of how much you're grinding. And that means that it is going to be one of those games that a lot of people are going to feel a lot of incentives to actually cheat for. Because, well, that's where all of the work is when it comes to playing this game. So yeah, hopefully this coverage, this video has painted a clearer picture for what's going on with this banwave situation. And we're not giving the developers too much grief for just cleaning up their community. So yeah, that'll be that for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you all thought. Peace out.